Tengo el orgullo de ser peruana y soy feliz. Woo! Hello, amigos. Today, getting the whole swag of Peru because it's Independence Day. Red and white, those are the colors of the Peruvian flag. The symbols of white for peace, red for the blood that Peruvians had to bleed because of the love of our country. Peru had a very beautiful history. I didn't like that much history when I was in school because I had to learn all this big history of Peru. But I appreciate it now, and I would love just to share a few points because today is Independence Day and we are to celebrate Peru. I want to tell you that Peru had to go through not only the conquistadores, but when the Spanish people came to South America, the city of Lima, where I was born, was called the City of the Kings. They loved it so much that it made that the hub. It was the center of the entire South America. So there are very important martyrs in different parts of South America that their birth certificate is showing born, and they are heroes from Argentina or other countries, and their birth certificate shows that they were born in the Virreinato of Peru. So Spain has the monarchy, and we were one of the sub monarchies, Virreinato. So all those years, of course, the blend of the Europeans and Peruvians create what we are today. Peru is a country of contrasts. You will see people like me, who's a 75% from the Andes of Peru. Short, black hair, the shape of our body, that's me, but the Peruvian in me. But there's a whole lot of people in Peru that have descendants from different parts of Europe. So that's why you have some people whiter, taller, green eye, as well as we have beautiful black people in the area, mostly in Chincha, which is a beautiful town that I love to go. So that's part of the history. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that we not only suffered through that. First, the Incas, the Andes, had to succumb to leave their religion, their beliefs, and everything to become colonized by the Spanish. That's how we are all Catholics in. Well, of course, everybody has free religion now, but in the past, when I was born in the 60s, you were baptized. You were having all first communion and everything as part of the way the country works. So it's very different than here that you have your choices. We didn't have a choice, but I'm very happy with the choices that they were made for me. I have a very beautiful life as a Catholic, and I'm proud of that. But through the years, or let's move forward to when I came. So Peru had a lot of issues to deal with, and another part of the history is the terrorism. So that was not a joke. It was really very difficult times in the Peruvian. Before even terrorism, we have dictatorship as well. But we were so lucky that dictatorship didn't last that long. But when dictatorship happened, I was probably in pre-K, preschool. I remember being very little, and they were trying to turn everything back to everything against the colonization. So they want us to speak Quechua. Quechua is the language of the Incas. And I remember some words they pop in my head, but I was probably 5 or 6 years old. I have no idea what I just said, but it sounded pretty cool in Quechua. I want to believe that I said something in Quechua. If somebody knows Quechua, please tell me. That was part of a song. So then we move forward from dictatorship, and then we have the 80s, the terrorism. That's the part that it affected me as a teenager. We had to live through all this fear of bombs and everything being there. I was in the same street where a big bomb exploded in a bank, and this is in Miraflores. And I had to live my teenager years with a little bit of the fear, because we had curfews, and when you walk around Lima, you will have all these tanks, militaries with guns, and everything was really difficult. After I left my country with that uncertainty and a lot of the feelings were very difficult. The house keep getting stolen, so people were desperate for food. We had also those years in the 80's a horrible president that they took the country to an inflation that it was unimaginable. Just to give you a quick example, you could work an entire month. Your salary, you had to buy dollars right away, because the inflation is so bad that you don't know how much money you're making really, because it devaluates by the second. So I remember one of those horrible paquetazo, which was when the inflation was so bad that my salary turned into $20, and I could do nothing with $20. I couldn't buy anything. But that's how horrible inflation is. So I moved to this country, and it's hard for me to express how beautiful it feels that I could love these two nations as much as I do. I love my country because of the roots I have. My blood is Peruvian, and my values come from being born and raised in Peru. I was 24 when I came, I believe, and most of my life is in America, and to me it's hard to now figure out how do I identify. I can't identify more with one place or the other. They're both in me, and I feel as American, as North American, as Peruvian, because Peru is in America too. Anyway, I want to give you all this story. It's a long video. Hopefully you stick with me. But the reason I make it is because this is special. This is a long content for you to understand a little bit of Peru. And today I'm dedicating this time and this video so you learn a little bit more of Peru. I have programs that are amazing. I can take you anywhere in Peru. I have the most amazing partners in Peru that it can make your experience extraordinary. I am craving for a pisco sour, a lomo saltado, and I wish here in Melbourne we have some of the amazing restaurants. By the way, Peru has been nominated several times culinary capital of the world because of our cuisine, with all this melting pot of Italians, Chinese, Japanese, and the Andean products in our soil makes the best food in the world. And I think I'm qualified to say it. Why? Because I travel the world, and I can tell you I miss my Peruvian food, not just because I'm Peruvian, but because it is an international cultural. It's just something that you always have to try. So ready to go to Peru? Did I sell Peru well enough? Peru doesn't need to be sold. Peru is just so beautiful. Happy anniversary. Feliz 28, amigos peruanos.